Hi. Where were you? I was messing with the new, updated nonsense YouTube. It's totally thrown me. You got thrown by that? Yeah. Because now I'm not even sure if we're streaming. BOOZHOO! Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast on YouTube. I think this is a YouTube problem. Maybe it's an OBS problem, which for some reason decides to update itself and add new features, new hoops to jump through. They had a perfectly okay system. Okay, here we go. I gotta fix everything. I'm crabby. Don't be crabby. BOOZHOO. Where's our stinking intro, sweetie? I don't know. Don't yell at me. I'm crying icicles because it's so cold. My heart is so cold. I'm crying icicles instead of tears. And all I can do is keep on telling you I want you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, Weenie Mooshane. Don't be sad, sweetheart. Why? 'Cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, that's true, huh? Okay, I feel a little better. Somebody's here. Live chat, all messages, top chat. Okay, no data. See, now we're not on. Oh, here we are. Okay, there's 5 people here. Hey, everybody. Hey, dude's here, sweetie. All right. Is he the first one? No, see, I got to pull this up. Missy's the first one. Well, BOOZHOO, Missy. Hi, cousin Missy. BOOZHOO, Missy. Let's give Missy a gold star for being in class first. Gold star on the board for Missy. How you doing? Who's in second? John Redcorn, of course. John Redcorn. BOOZHOO, Nietzsche. BOOZHOO, Nietzsche. And a silver star for John. And Diane. Is it Diane's birthday today? I don't know. It's coming up. She said her birthday's on the full moon. Diane's birthday's on the full moon. Or maybe she's on the moon, on her moon during her birthday. Don't be gross. Sorry, Diane. BOOZHOO, Diane. Mino Onagoshin. Welcome. Good evening. Is that one of our words? I don't know. I didn't update the words. Well, actually, just in case it's Diane's birthday, first of all, for your birthday today, Diane, we got you a lovely full moon. We did that. Yep. And a bronze star. And a bronze star. And to say tonight's Ojibwe phrase of the evening is happy birthday to you. Giga Menawanagozi Dibishka. Giga Menawanagozi Dibishka. Why is it Giga Menawanagozi Dibishka, sweetheart? Oh, well, let me explain it. I'm so happy you asked. I knew you wanted me to. You know, like in Giga Wabamin, it's I'll see ya, Giga Wabamin. Well, if you want to say you to somebody, you got to start the sentence with giga. Gi means you. Ga is like to you. Menawana Gozi is happy. And Dibishka is birthday. So if you just want to say happy birthday, Menawana Gozi Dibishka. So come on, everybody in the BOOZHOO crew, let's all wish Diane a very Menawana Gozi Dibishka happy birthday. I can't believe you're 30 already. I know. She doesn't look a day over 29. Gigamena wanna gozi dibishka. Gigamena wanna gozi dibishka. Gigamena wanna gozi dibishka. Giga marijuana cozy. OJIBERISH. Get out of here. Man, you got such a beautiful voice. I think that's why I fell in love with you. Get out of here. Giga marijuana cozy dibishka. Happy birthday to you, Diane. It's probably not even our birthday. And A Dude's here. Well, BOOZHOO, A Dude. A Dude says, Anin, beautiful BOOZHOO creatures. All of us hello creatures. We're the hello people. We're probably the bonjour people. We're probably the people who steal French and claim it as our own language. Yeah. I think we co-opted. Do you think it's okay for Indians to go as white people for Halloween? That's racist, man. Yeah. If you're an Indian, don't be dressing up like a white guy for Halloween. That's racist. But tonight, sweetie, is Anima A Gijagud. It's prayer day night. It's prayer day. It's Anima A Gijagud Dibakuk. It is prayer day night. Sundays in the Ojibwe language, I think we all know, was coined prayer day, probably from the original boarding school survivors, boarding school students. The original Ojibwe speakers went to boarding school back in the days of their grandfathers. And when they went to boarding school, or if you're from Canada, residential school. They call it residential schools in Canada. Huh, sweetie? Yep, residential schools. But down here in the lower, how many? 48? How many states are there? There are 50 states. And we're in the lower 48. We're the lowly 48. The lowly 48. But down here in the United States of America, we call the Indian schools, the boarding school, boarding. You're boarded there. And if you spoke Ojibwe, you got spanked with a board, a paddle. Or you might got your knuckles racked with a ruler. You weren't allowed to speak Ojibwe. But a lot of the kids, when they went to boarding school, they didn't speak English. And so there was probably a day where one Ojibwe speaker was talking to the other one. It's like, hey, what's today called in English? It's like a Sunday. Yeah, I know, but in our language. Well, prayer day. Sunday. Oh, Anima A Gijagud? Yeah, Sunday is Anima A Gijagud. Sunday is prayer day. Oh, okay. And we just started calling that prayer day. So you're going to go outside and say a prayer tonight? Yeah, I was thinking about it. Go outside, put on my tobacco, pray to the great Father in the sky. Pray to our Father who art. Our Father art. Is his name Art? That's like a nickname. He goes by many names. Gitche Manadu, Yahweh, Yeshua. No, that's Jesus. Goes by Yeshua. Yeah. Jehovah. I think a lot of times people call God Jehovah when they're angry. Answer me, Jehovah. That's the only time or Jehovah Witnesses, they say Jehovah. Yeah. But on this prayer day night, wishing people happy birthday. Hey, Jim's here too, sweetie. No way. Bonjour, Jim. I'll pull up a chair. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Mino Onagoshin. Jim Dunn. That raspberry tea, huh? Yeah, how is it? Yeah. Did I make good tea? Well, you're not responsible, but it's kind of boring. I need caffeine in my hot drinks. I don't see the point. Well, that is the point of tea. It's a hot drink that doesn't have caffeine, so you can go to sleep. Yeah, I know, but it's like having non-alcoholic beer. Oh, excuse me, waiter. I'd like some non-alcoholic whiskey, please. It's like, what's the point? Well, you can have the taste of whiskey without all the calories. Yeah, it's the calories people are trying to get away from. Anyway, friendship, BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Friendship one, how you doing, friendship? Oh, is friendship here? Yep. BOOZHOO, friendship, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. A crazy old live stream. Mino onogoshin bushukro, says friendship. I'm done with all that. My birthday is Tuesday, but thank you. Oh, she doesn't turn 30 until Tuesday. Enjoy your last days of your 20s. It only gets better from here. Trust me. And then I almost called. The reason I had the happy birthday sign words ready, yeah, is that I almost called tonight's show this. It's so insulting, but so funny. What? Up next, world's oldest attractive woman celebrates her 48th birthday. Hey! That's horrible. World's oldest attractive woman celebrates her 48th birthday. I didn't make that up. I stole that from somewhere. But I was thinking about just doing a whole bit about how men age like fine wine and women age like bread. Not me. No, you are eternally youthful and beautiful. I'm talking about these old broads. Don't say that. You saw what happened to what's his face? Oh, Don Lemon? Is that his name? Is Don Lemon the black gay guy? I'm not sure if he's the fat gay guy or the black gay guy. Yeah, I think he got in trouble because he said women weren't in their prime after 40. Or women were in their prime in their 20s and 30s and 40s. Prime? How can you have a prime the last 3 decades? But it was like really insulting. He got fired. You got fired for that? Yeah, you can't say that on TV. You got in trouble because you said women weren't in their prime after 40. I was in my prime when I was 16 years old. You don't see me crying around about it. Michael, when do you think you were in your prime? I was in my prime the summer of 85. Why is that? Because I look just like Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid. Yeah. And, it was all downhill after that. Oh, but women are in their prime until they're in their 70s. Can we all just agree we can to stop treating women with kid gloves? Oh, I say that, but I call Diane 30 to spare her feelings for being yet another year older. Oh, no, it's okay. You're not old. People get old. There's nothing we can do about it. It happens to everybody. Not to vampires. Not to vampires. Hey, have you seen Tom Cruise lately? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's starting to look like Madonna. Yeah. I was going to find a picture of him. I almost called tonight's show, quote, "Is Tom Cruise getting fat?" And I was going to show a picture of him kind of swelled up from his plastic surgery. All of these Hollywood people, they eventually get plastic surgery. And in spite of it being so commonplace, historically, we're still in the infancy of the technology of eternal youth. The technology hasn't really caught up with the dreams of the vain of being able to stretch their skin and not look old. What you end up with is looking like Madonna. Where, she just looks like a thumb or something. Yeah. Not even worse. It's just blown up. It's just so horrible. You know, Michael Jackson used to be the standard for bad plastic surgery, but he ended up just looking kind of cartoonish. You know, there's still something kind of attractive about Michael Jackson in that sort of puppet cartoon way. You know, like a ventriloquist dummy would be cute. You know, that was like Michael Jackson, but Madonna and, you name it. There's a phase that the people, when they get Botox or something, where their face swells up for a time. And it looks really horrible. Or like sometimes people get lip injections and for like a week or something, it blows up to just comical proportions. And you're like, was it worth it? Do you feel better about yourself now? But Tom Cruise is finally showing his age. So he went in and got some plastic surgery, and then now he's starting to look fake like Madonna. Like, Tom, don't do it. You're a dude. We get the pass. You're in great shape. Everybody loves you. I mean, except your 3 ex-wives. Hey! Everybody else loves you. Except for Leah Remini. Yeah, that's right. Leah Remini from, what was that? I Married a Fat Guy show? That was called My Husband the Fat Guy. No, it wasn't. My Husband the Mall Cop. Yeah, whatever that TV show was. Leah Remini. I remember her name, oddly. I kind of like her. But she came out talking trash about Tom Cruise being a bad dad. And now he's got the bloated puff face of the next Madonna. It's just so embarrassing when you see Madonna, go on TV. She'll go on to Jimmy Kimmel Show or something, and they'll be raving about how beautiful she looks. Oh, you look so beautiful, Madonna. And this ghoul comes crawling out from behind a curtain. Yeah. Like, ugh. A material girl. It's like, what? Yikes. Like, I think if Madonna walked into the room, it would scare the children away. She's got a new tour. Sold out stadiums. People go to Madonna concerts? Yep. She's going on tour again. And all the celebrities are supporting her. She's good friends with Jack Black. Yeah, Jack Black is over. I'm done with it, guy. He's in there sucking up to Amy Schumer and Madonna. Jack Black, you look terrible in that beard. And you're too fat. Otherwise, I really enjoyed the Tenacious D skits. The movie was kind of dragged on, but I used to like him on Mr. Show. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? You want to take a phone call? Oh, sure. Oh, by the way, before we do that. Yeah? What did we call the show? We called it I'm Crying Icicles instead of Tears. Oh, right, because we were singing Meatloaf. Yeah. I was afraid that you called it Ojibwe vowel system. No, but I'll probably talk about that. Okay. Line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Oh, hello, mate. That's me. Oh, okay, how are you? I want to call you up today, man. Well, it's bad. I just wanted to tell you. Oh, yeah, wow. What? He says he was saying hello and he was watching the show and he was wondering what the Ojibwe word of the day was. That is amazing. What? That you can translate Keith Richards. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Richards. Oh, yeah. That's Keith Richards. I don't know. Oh, mate. He goes, well, what is it, mate? Oh, the Ojibwe? Yeah. Oh, tonight is Ojibwe word of the day. Happy birthday to you. No, it's not. Here it is. Giga Menowanagozi Debishka. You win the one noise, you've been gone, innit? Oh, yeah, do you, mate? Let me tell you something. I was going to go. Hey, you know. He said, let me tell you something. I quit counting birthdays. He doesn't even know how old he is. You don't know how old you are? No, hey, he says he doesn't remember that, but that's the least of it. There's a lot he doesn't remember because of all the drugs. Oh, I suppose, huh? Yeah. But hey, it doesn't look like you got any plastic surgery. Man, I still come from a time when you can be able to have a day. What are you shaming us, man? He said, no, he would never get plastic surgery. And then he comes from a time where people became successful because of talent. But now it's just a bunch of pretty boys. You gotta have a pretty face. And he says it's a bloody shame. I'm also impressed you can remember everything he says. You know? Yeah. So are you not a fan of modern music? Oh, yeah, do you want to call it that? He says if you don't want to call it that. What do you listen to? I want to get out. That. He says when he kicks back and wants to listen, he listens to Kiss records. Really? Yeah, he says his favorite album is the Paul Stanley album. What did he really say? He said no. He said when he wants to listen to music, he listens to early Stones albums. And then he just got mad at me for making up that stuff about Kiss. You don't listen to Kiss? Man, I wouldn't listen to that tripe. He says he wouldn't listen to that tripe if you paid him. And believe me, people have tried to pay him. Okay. So, you holding up pretty well these days? Ah, that's fine, man. You know, you can't have it. Right? He says you can't kill the devil, right? Oh, brother. All right, man. Well, listen, I'm going to teach you another phrase, okay? Yeah, mate. What's one phrase? He says, yeah, go ahead, mate. What's another phrase? This is how we say, I will see you again. Giga waba men, minawa. Giga waba men, minawa, mate. He says it's a beautiful language we speak, and he's learning more every day. That's right, mate. Well, thank you, Keith. Giga waba men, minawa. Giga waba men, minawa. Give it up, keep rocking. He says, Giga waba man, minawa. Keep it up and keep rocking. Yeah, you too, buddy. Thanks for calling in. All right, mate. Keith Richards. He's so cool. I know, huh? Wow. La-dee-da. Hey, dude, what year does someone become an elder? That's a good question. What do you think, sweetie? How old you got to be an elder? Well, there's kind of two schools of thought. Okay. One, you're an elder anytime you're older than somebody. Like when we say respect your elders. I tell kids, a 7-year-old needs to respect a 10-year-old because he's their elder. Yeah, that's pretty good. Elder is anybody who's older than somebody else. But like an elder, not just an adult, but an elder. Well, my auntie once told me you become an elder when you become a grandma. Oh, when you become a grandma? Yep, or a grandpa. You have to become a grandma or a grandpa. So every grandma and grandpa are elders? Yep, they're all elders. Because it's special. It's a certain quality you become when you become a grandparent. That's true, huh? Yeah. And then I think it's right after you kill a buffalo. Shut up. No, I don't know. She says it's right after you kill a buffalo. That's when you become a man. When does a woman become a woman? Well, it's when she has her first moon. Oh, right. In the academic way, we call it entering puberty. So girls become women at 13? Yep. When do boys become men? Much later. Some of us, I think I became a man sometime in my 40s. I mean, we can become fathers decades before we become men. You know, some guys become men when they become fathers, just right off the bat. It does seem like all women become adults when they become moms. You know, most women become kind of mature after they have kids, even if they might just be 16 years old. But a dude can have a baby when he's 35 and still be acting like a teenager. Yeah. So what makes a man a man? What makes a man a man? Fellas, you don't become a man until you've mastered a musical instrument. Really? No. That would be my rule, though. You just say that because you learned guitar. Yeah. What do you think, Michael? What's that? What age? How does a man become? When does a boy become a man? I think he has to go through some rites of passage, and they're very different. Rites of passage? What's that? You know, going through some sort of trial. He's got to overcome a fear. He's got to get into a fight. A boy becomes a man as soon as... A boy isn't a man until he's been in a fight, punched somebody, and taken a punch. Okay, you got to punch somebody, taken a punch, been dumped, had your heart broken, been dumped by a woman, yeah, and got drunk. Those are my rites of passage. And then you became a man. Yep. That's hardcore. Yeah, back in the days of the grandfathers, we used to have ceremonies that would welcome a boy into manhood. You'd take a boy out to go on his first hunt, or take him on a vision quest. Go out and fast, almost starve to death, have a vision. Come back to the village, a man. But in the modern age, we're all being raised by our moms. Dads are nowhere to be seen. There's some dads who are even in the house and they got nothing to do with their kids. They're just watching TV, playing video games. They're still kids themselves. They're not trying to raise a man. They're playing video games. So nowadays, boy becomes a man, you know, first time, you know, he gets drunk. I mean, that is kind of a rite of passage. I don't want to get into sex. You know, I think you become a man after a prom night. The first time you have to sleep in your car because you're homeless. That's becoming a man in the modern age. But I'm with you. I think you have to get punched in the face at least once to know that what happens. You can tell the kind of person who's never been punched. Why? Because they're usually the mouthiest guy. You know, getting punched in the face. Because when you're in a fight, I'm going to tell fight stories. I've been in 2 fights my entire life. One lasted 10 seconds. I mean, it was one punch. Not even that, 2 seconds. There was a punch and a hold, and then it's like, you had enough? And it was over. There was one real fight that lasted, it felt like an hour, but it was probably a minute. I took many punches to the face. Getting dumped is good. Boys become men when their first love cheats on them with a stronger, more attractive male. When you get put in your place and you realize you've been replaced. You can finally write some good songs. Harry Hitsala. Bonjour, Harry Hitsala. Harry is an enrolled at White Earth from Castaway. T. John family. I've heard of the T. Johns. Who do we know that's a T. John? I think you know somebody in college. You know a girl. Yes. I forget her name though, but her last name was T. John. He says he's 73, disabled veteran. Thank you for your service. Disabled veteran, widowed. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry about that, dude. From Towasata, a Paiute from Warm Springs, Central Oregon. Oh, wow. Harry and the Hendersons. That's Sabe. Yeah. Well, hey, Harry, it's nice to have you on the show. Welcome to the show. And truly, I mean, as I get older, I start having more respect for veterans. Really? Yeah. I mean, because my grandpa was a World War II vet. And the more I talk about him, I mean, he's been dead for a long time, but that whole generation of these gung-ho, crazy Indian warriors, the Ogichida is what we called them in Ojibwe. Ogichidug. No, Ogichidawug. Ogichidawug. Warriors. In fact, I've talked about it before, but maybe we'll talk about it for a minute. That should have been our Ojibwe word tonight. Ogichida, warrior. And I've said it before, but I think we pass around that word warrior too easily. Nowadays, somebody signs up for tribal college and all like, hey, good job. You're a real Ogichida. Signing up for that, what, ceramics? Oh, what an Ogichida. The warriors of the day, modern day, are the warriors of the classroom. Get your education, you know. It's okay, would you calm down? That's not being a warrior. A warrior is somebody who fights in a war. A real war, not the war of, sweets. The war against drugs. Yeah, even somebody battling addictions isn't really a warrior. You can always relapse and be fine. A warrior might get shot. So my grandpa fought in World War II. And I've heard other groups make the same claim, but I know it's true for the Ojibwe people. During World War II, they had, it was back in the days of the draft. But so most Indian people didn't wait to be drafted. And my grandpa's the same way. They signed up as soon as the news, as soon as Pearl Harbor hit. All these Indians went down to the registration board. They shaved their heads. They got their free gun. I think that was part of the reason my grandpa signed up. And they went to war. My grandpa ended up in the Philippines in the jungle. He was in Guadalcanal. It was like a famous place of battle. There's lots of... My grandpa was G.I. Joe. Storm the beach, all this stuff. And so, Ogichida, a real warrior. Where was I going with this? Something about how people aren't really warriors just for being college students. Yeah. Quit calling yourself a warrior just because you signed up for class. Maybe I didn't love you. Oh, yeah, because it was always I always wanted to tell this story. So my grandpa was gone for 3 years. Oh, here's another thing about Indian people in the war. Somebody asked me once, why did your grandpa sign up for the war? Weren't Indian people kind of anti-government or whatever? Why would they fight for this country that, you know, oppressed, you know, we're so racist against them. I'm like, yeah, that's how everybody's been taught in colleges. Why they'll get you done in college, you know, they'll get you to history teachers. Oh yeah, you know. And I have to remind them, it's like, no, you know, my grandpa, Indian people, they come from an Ogichida Bamadazian. An Ogichida life, a warrior culture. Warriors don't sit and balance, oh, okay, what's the issue? What's in it for me? The warrior sees the war and goes to the war. It never occurred to my grandpa not to go. And when he was there, it didn't occur to him not to stay. He stayed for 3 years and fought, you know. My grandpa on the other side was there much less time because he got shot right away and died fighting Nazis. So like when all these college kids got together and they put on their black hoodies and started protesting, you know, whatever. We're like, oh, we're anti-fascists. It's like, well, oh, you're anti-fascists? You mean like my grandpa who took a bullet fighting the fascists in World War II? Yeah. Somehow I don't think you're truly anti-fascist. But when I discovered NANABOOZHOO, I was telling my granddaughter, Lauren, to have her daughter watch the program. Hey, yeah, Lauren's granddaughter, Boozhoo. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry I'm talking about such adult things. Then I listened to the program and realized the target audience was me. Yeah, Harry. It's been weird about this show. Because it was definitely started as I thought of us as being like Ernie and Bert. Yeah, me too. We're the Ojibwe Ernie and Bert. Right. We're going to come out. We did 2-minute videos. Today's Ojibwe word of the day. Makede mushkiki wabu. Coffee. Black medicine water. Coffee. La la la. And I thought, you know, kids could learn a word. And we'd sing a song and we'd get out of there. And over the years, it just sort of evolved into this live stream podcast. Us talking about everything from conspiracy theories to boarding schools, politics, religion. A lot of religion talk on the show, really. Yeah, even though we don't know what we're talking about. Exactly. A lot of seeking as Diane. I remember when I met Diane, we were having a long talk on one of our first, and she looks at me kind of weird and she turns her head and she goes, "Are you another hopeless seeker?" Yeah. Hopeless seeker, yeah. Seeking the truth. Seeking answers. Seeking, you know, the good, the true, the beautiful. We were getting deep that night. But the show, then, we end up talking, you know, oh, here's a word, prayer day. And I'll end up talking about boarding schools and child abuse. So this show, sometimes it feels like we're kind of doing it's a children's show that only adults watch. And I kind of feel like the support we get from the BOOZHOO crew is like other grown-ups going, hey, yeah, keep it up. That's a good job. You know, I'm going to get some kids to watch this thing. And meanwhile, they're kicking back with coffee and going, what's this about Tom Cruise? Anyway. So, sweetie, do you want to... We're running out of time. Michael, you know, we haven't really heard much from you. Doggone, I wanted to do this in a cool way, but I don't think I can. This is Michael Lyons, and here's a picture of Michael Lyons. Look how ugly that guy is. He's not ugly, don't say that. No, I'm just kidding. And this song is called, see, they also screwed up my little thing here. I think this is, do I have one more song? Natasha? Got one more? An encore? One more tune?
Nelly might say.
Yeah, I would. Baby, I want you.
Oh, I love this song.
Yeah, sure. It's because it's called Natasha. Never meant one word, and never meant one word, and never meant one word I said. Never meant one word, and never meant one word, and never meant one word I said. Now you're my one, you're my only regret. I never meant one word, and never meant one word, and never meant one word I said. And I lost my job just the other day. And like everybody else, well, I've got a mountain of bills that need to be paid. And I lost my way. Now I don't know which way to go. But the wind may blow and the grass may grow, and for all we know, now it just might snow. What will I do? What have we become? When the day is over and the night's begun, what will I do about me and you? I told you before, we are so through. But I never meant one word, and never meant one word, and never meant one word I said. I never meant one word, and never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. And I'm so sorry. I never treat you like that again. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said.
Now I'm bummed out.
Me too.
Oh, wow. Excuse me 1 minute. Get myself together here. Oh, wow. What a beautiful night. Mikkawadas dibikak. Mino onagoshin. Mino onagoshin kakina awia. Kakina awia. Hello, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Mino onagoshin. Such a beautiful night. I know there's a lot of places in the country right now, in the lower 48. The people are without power. There are blizzards, ice storms. And like Minnesota is sort of famous for rough winters. And it's just like no big deal. The last few winters have been like, you know, don't tell anybody they're going to move up here. Anyway, I was going to put out a little tobacco, say a little prayer on this prayer night, prayer day evening. Anima egg, is you good, onagoshin. Got my tobacco. Where's my pocket? Here we go. Asema, tobacco. It's one of our mushkiki, one of our medicines. Nusana wakwing abian. Our Father who art in heaven. Odapana niwi asema. Accept my tobacco. we took a wishin' unto min away deebecock. Please help me to speak well tonight. Miigwech ishi pamadas ian. Thank you for my life. Miigwech gagagay ni we gosh game the moen. Thank you for healing my sadness. Dash miigwech ga bisan dawi egg. And thank you for listening. Ni miigwechi wandam gitchimanadu. I'm grateful, Great Spirit. Abeyenge. Amen. You ever notice when you say thank you, you can feel gratitude? You would think it would be the other way around, like you feel gratitude and so you say thanks. But if you actually speak the words thank you, you can almost feel it's like saying I love you sometimes. You ever say I love you when you didn't mean it? And as soon as you said it, you fell in love? That was me. Feel kind of compelled to say it. Don't you hate it when they say it first? I love you. Thank you. I like you. You know. I've heard it said that saying I love you is like going to a duel. And you only got one bullet. And if you miss, you're screwed. But if you hit and they say I love you back, then it's on. Now you're in love. I love you. Gesika in. I love you. Here's some good advice if you get stage fright. I've done this thing before with Michael and NanaBOOZHOO. We used to go to like a lot of conferences and do a lot of public speaking, and Michael would play his songs on his guitar. And we visited schools and had some public events where we had to, do public speaking. And you know how they say if you're ever nervous, you should picture the audience naked? That is the most messed up, perverted bit of advice I've ever heard. Why would anybody suggest that? And what do you think the great speakers are picturing you naked? Does that motivate you to become inspiring? It's terrible advice. What I learned, good advice, is before you go out there, you look at the audience, fully clothed, and say to yourself, I love you. I love you so much. I love you guys. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Everybody. And it doesn't even matter if you don't know them, you don't care about them in real life. As soon as you say, I love you to the group, your nervousness will go away. You'll stop caring, worrying about them hating you, because usually the people you love don't hate you. It's not very often that you have a love-hate relationship. This isn't Gene and Paul from Kiss, where Gene loves Paul and Paul hates Kiss, or Paul hates Gene. This is, that's true, by the way. Kiss fans can back me up. Paul and Gene have a total love-hate relationship. Gene Simmons, when he got married finally, he asked Paul Stanley to be his best man. Best friend in the world. He calls him his brother. Paul Stanley wouldn't even allow Gene to attend his wedding. He said he had no place there. They can barely hide his contempt for Gene Simmons. And Gene Simmons, but most of the time, you tell someone you love them, you're not going to be nervous around them. And then if you need to sing a song or tell a joke or whatever, now, instead of it being, here, I'm going to try to win your approval, it's, hi, I love you so much. I'm going to sing a song for you. Here's a song for you. And the whole dynamic changes. So I don't even get nervous when I have to public speak anymore. The last time we were at a conference, I got up in the middle of this dinner. We're at a casino ballroom down in Treasure Island or somewhere. And I know that's not the name. Yeah, it is actually. And there's probably 100, 200 people in this ballroom. Everyone's having dinner and there's a buzz. And I stood up and I tapped on the glass, went, excuse me, everyone. Excuse me, may I have your attention, please? Hello, everyone. Hello. Yes, thank you. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to interrupt your meal. My name is Natasha, and I have some very important information I'd like everyone to know. I suffer from a condition known as social anxiety, stage fright, if you will. I cannot speak in public very well at all. And I hope you'll understand that if I appear shy and like I don't want to talk, it's merely because I'm so shy. Here's a song I wrote about it. Hope you like it. Well, I'm so shy. And I just went off at the top of my lungs. Everyone's laughing and stuff. Because the point was to tell everybody that just the opposite. By the way, I'm not afraid. So don't be afraid to public speak. Just make sure you're in love with your audience, no matter who they are. And this has been Natasha's Words of Nibwakawin. Wisdom. Hey, by the way, before I forget, we almost talked about the Ojibwe. When you're learning these words, sometimes it's weird. Like in the prayer, you'll see like 2 A's and 2 I's and walk, wing. There's a method to the double vowel system that you can find in Michael's book, BOOZHOO, that's called Ojibwe Words and Phrases. Right away on page 1, the double vowel chart, and you probably pick this up from this hearing us say this. ZH sounds like je in measure. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Come on, feel the noise. Here we go. This is how to pronounce Ojibwe words. All consonants sound the same as in English, but ZH sounds like je in measure. A sounds like the in sun. 2 A's sound like in father. I sounds like the I in sit. 2 I's sound like the E in feet. O sounds like the O in Ojibwe or go. 2 O's sound like the ooh in ooh, baby, ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier in food. And E's sound like A, as in stray, or the word Ojibwe. All these and more in for sale at Amazon.com. Click the links if you'd like to support the show. Give us a tip on PayPal, Patreon, or GoFundMe. Or give us a super chat like Joan Frame. Joan Frame, meekwetch. That's very kind of you. Just like that. Hey, we got bills too. No. But we started a Patreon page years ago. We quickly raised $2,000. And then over the course of the next 3 years, we raised another $4,000. And we're $2,000 away from meeting our goal of $8,000. 8,000 big ones. No. And I gotta give it all to Missy. I owe her. No. I got gambling debts. Missy's gonna break my thumbs if I don't give her the money. You guys gotta help me. No. Anyway. Let's call that good enough. And I'm gonna go home. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep.
Bonjour.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, you ready to come in?
Yeah, can you pick me up?
You got it. Scanning for your coordinates.
Make it so, number one.
No, hold on. I'm still scanning.
Oh, okay.
There you are. Okay, locking in on your coordinates.
All right.
And that's 1 to teleport.
Make it so, number one. Baby, I want you, baby.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Did you say your prayer?
I did. I prayed, I put on my tobacco, I talked about public speaking, and Joan gave us a $5 super chat.
Okay, miigwech, Joan.
Thank you, Joan. What?
Nothing.
So, yeah. What's going on? Do we have any other calls?
Let me check. Was Keith Richards really the only one calling in?
Yeah, looks like it. Do we got time to talk about Dances with Wolves?
Probably not.
You know what's a good movie? Dances with Wolves. Tune in tomorrow for my literary analysis of this timeless classic, Dances with Kevin Costner. I'd rather watch Dances with Kevin Bacon.
Footloose?
Yeah. Footloose. I want to cut loose. Footloose. Kick off my Sunday shoes. Please, Louise. You're not singing with me.
I'm just so darn tired.
Are you tired, sweetie?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
You took an hour nap with Bagheera in the middle of the day and you're still tired?
That's because I had tea instead of coffee.
I should have just made you a coffee. You want to have a cup of coffee right now?
Could you go into the kitchen and make me one?
Well, of course.
You don't think it's sexist of me to ask you to make me a cup of coffee?
No, because I'm a traditional woman. Okay, ladies. I'm pulling a traditional Indian card. You see what just happened here? I offered my man a cup of coffee. Sometimes, if you want to be a traditional woman, you go get your man a cup of coffee, make him a sandwich. That doesn't make you less of a person. That's being a homemaker. You know, my grandma would feed my grandpa. I mean, she was like his pet, or he was like her pet. She'd make the meals, prepare the food, set the table, feed him, entertain him, talk to him, and then clean up and do the dishes while he went in and watched TV. Because they were traditional.
Well, they were... you're right. That is traditional gender roles, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not sexist. But nowadays, you ask a woman to get you a cup of coffee and get slapped.
Yep.
And that's the last word of Auntie Natasha's Nibwakawin wisdom. You wanted to add anything before I land the plane?
No, that's pretty good.
All right. Michael?
Nope, just tell him I said thanks.
Michael Lyons says, miigwech. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, you guys, chi miigwech. Thank you so much for stopping in. Miigwech ka bisanawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash miigwech gana wabieg. And thank you for watching BOOZHOO Nana. Are you going to hit the logo?
Oh, right, the title?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
And you have been watching BOOZHOO. Can't find it. There's no way we
Oh, here it is. Okay, one more time.
And you have been watching BOOZHOO. Oh, it's little.
Oh, here, let me pull it up.
And now it's behind me.
Okay, hang on, I can do this.
Here we go. And you have been watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. All that just because I wanted to look through the O's. My name is Natasha. This is Michael Lyons.
Thanks so much, everyone.
This is NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin Minowa.
Hey, Badlands Ojibwe is here.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Badlands? Better late than never. Gigawabamin Minowa. You want to teleport me into the kitchen, master?
Hey.
No.
Yeah, when to teleport?
See you tomorrow.